Hello and welcome to
Mead in the USA.
I'm the Heathen Chips, and this is my associate, Mr. Gray.
Today's mead we'll be using from Nebraska. It's all about bees, raw local honey.
It's a very thick kind of honey. It's pretty creamy, pretty crystallized.
Really thick, really, yeah, as you said, crystallized. And it's kind of funny that it's all white like that because it almost has like a frosting-like flavor to it.
Yeah, it is. Whew. But it's very light too. It's more frothy, and but the flavor cuts off pretty clean. Doesn't have a lot of overdrawn sweetness to the end, like you said. About midsection through a taste. It cuts out pretty nicely. Oh, that ought to make an interesting mead.
Mm-hmm.
This is coming at about a little over 18.5% for water content. Interestingly enough, for how thick that is.
So I'm wondering, a lot of meads have flavors other than just honey in them, like fruit flavorings or something. How do you go about adding those flavors to the honey?
So there's a couple different techniques with that's considered a mellow mel. Anything with fruit. So there's a number of products. So I've experimented with some amaretti flavorings, and they've turned out pretty well.
When you say that, what do you mean? What is that?
It's a condensed, like a cold pressed solution. It's pretty much.
So it's like a fruit concentrate.
Yeah, basically. Yeah. More like some of them are their purees. The Amaretti does a wide variety of flavors and stuff. But you can do just regular fruits and stuff. Mash them up a little bit. People will go on about like frozen fruits or something. The problem that I have with frozen fruits is that they're frozen at the peak of freshness, but not ripe. So you'll get the flavor, the same thing with the Amaretti that I found. You'll get the general flavor of it, and it is decent. It is good flavoring. But it doesn't have a ripen. It's not something like, if you were going for a bite of fruit or something, that you would, be looking for. And that's, like I said, you'll get the basic profile of the flavor, but I don't feel like it hits a full potential, where fruit, I feel there's a little bit more variable with fruit, and there's a little bit more work with it, but I think the flavor of it, for me at least, has come out pretty well from what I've experimented with. But Amaretti's a nice little deal. It's like, I think it was like a 20 to 30 some odd bucks for a nice little 8-ounce jar. Most 1 gallons, maybe a quarter to a half of that, depending on how potent you want your flavor to be. Actually, considering how thick that was, this melded in pretty well.
And I wonder if the thickness was because of the airy frothiness that was already in the honey.
That could be.
That was causing it to slow. But yeah, it is like because of that airy nature, I'm thinking it melded with water really well.
Mm.
Well, until next time. So here we are with the Nebraska honey. It's been fully fermented and we've added all our sugar, so here we are going to taste it.
Mm-hmm. Mm.
It's not as sweet as I was expecting it to come off of. I'm not really tasting anything as far as sweetness goes as much in there. At least it doesn't, the sweetness in here is not overpowering the alcohol flavor, so it's just you're tasting the alcohol part of the mead rather than the sweeter flavor that some might be aiming for.
Yeah, but it's not sharp. It's pretty it's pretty gentle.
It's like a very gentle dry mead almost.
Yeah. Yeah, but I'm not noticing terribly many flavors outside of the alcohol in it.
That's where I'm thinking too, where it comes off, just a little bit of like a diluted alcohol, but I don't think that's what you're really aiming for.
Yeah, I think with more time and age, it'll probably refine. I think it'll probably stay the same flavor, but it'll probably be smoother.
Yes, I can see that. You could do worse.
All right. Well, thanks for watching, and see you next time.
See you next time.